Good evening. Started setting up so I can start manufacturing bits and pieces for the pub and in the house. Setting all the saws up, trying to get some form of an organisation so I can work. Obviously running off the generator at the moment, which isn't ideal. I'll have to run a cable to the house, but just for now. So I've got a bit of light. €8 bargain. So yeah, this is a router table so I can do shapes, planer so I can make the timber nice and smooth, chop saw for all my mitres and everything else. That I'm not 100% sure whether it was going to work because that come from the UK, and because I didn't have a lot of room in the UK, although it was covered up, it was out in the elements slightly, so I don't know whether that's going to be rusted or not. So I shall start that up tomorrow outside, pointing away from everybody. So yeah, watch this space. Good afternoon, welcome to Armies de France. My project for today, well, yesterday and today, is to build a window. That's the one that's come out of the carve. This is the one I'm currently in the process of building. I've just filled it, wait for that to dry. So it's rebaited for the glass. Same as this one, so it's going to be putted. So you see this one is rebaited, and then I'm going to do some decorative markings similar to that around the front. This is white oak. I haven't got a clue what that is. Probably could sand out and work out what it is. This is white oak. I bought this ages ago to do the barrels in the pub. So this is what it started off like. That's how its life started, as it were. I went through the planer. That's a wicker planer, by the way. Absolutely superb. And I milled it down. This is one of the ones that I didn't use. It's all planning, and this is basically what he planed it down to. So this is burnt because this saw I bought from the UK and the blade is blunt and I cannot get it off. So I'm going to have to go and get another blade for it. Well, no, not another blade, another table saw. But this is absolutely awesome, this tool. Makita planer. It's almost to the stage where you don't have to sand it. So if you think about getting a planer, this is good. I did want a thickness and planer, which basically you can get a straight edge. So at the top, you can basically plane it so you get a straight edge. But they seem, the dual ones, they're not as wide. You can't get as wide a plank through. And obviously I need to be getting planks like that through, not a piddly little bit so big. So this chop saw, brilliant. Although it wasn't accurate when I got it, it is now cutting accurately. And this, well, almost killed me yesterday. I just set this up yesterday, and the collet, which is down in there, wasn't really accepting the bits properly. So I put it in, pushed it in as far as it would go, thinking that was as far as it was supposed to go in, obviously being a new tool and all that. And started to do a test bit of wood with, which bit was it? This bit here. And it just flung it out. Fortunately, it ended up in here. So I took the base off of it, which is down there, to retrieve that out of it. And then I had to get my drill and drill the collet. These are the collets. So they come in different sizes, depending on the size of the shaft. So So I pushed the shaft in the hole. Obviously it doesn't fit that one, and they don't fit that one, so you get like 3 different sizes. Pushed it in, thought yeah, it's home, switched it on, ping. So I ended up having to get my drill and drill through the centre of it to open it up so that it would accept all the bits all the way in. So if I'm being honest, and you're looking for a tabletop router, I would probably avoid this one, if I'm being honest. But the stand, brilliant. You just snap it on and off. It will fold up, so you can take it wherever you want to go. That is absolutely superb. As I say, planed it straight out the box, no setup, and it pretty much planed it to the degree we don't have to sand it. There's no point in that if it's rubbish. It's alright for if you're sharpening your chainsaws, which is what I'm using it for, but if you wanted to use it for the grinding stones, you literally cannot get anywhere near the grinding stone, really. Might be alright for chisels, perhaps. And this is a door that I built. That's going in the pub, between the pub and the house where the stairs are. I don't know. Actually, let me turn it around. So I've just got to get some hinges for this. It's all braced. Hidden the screws this side, because this side, it depends on what way we put it on. Well, I don't know where we're going to put it on, coming from the house or coming from the carve. I suppose it depends on what we deem the important side, which I would have said would be the house, but there we go. So I've just got to trim the top off with a circular saw when I take it in and start to fit it. But we've got to get some hinges, some black hinges to hang it. So, and I need to paint it as well, obviously. So yeah. So yeah, this is my workshop. It's not ideal. It's not really big enough. But if I can manage to build what I need to build out of it, I'm happy. I had to go and buy an £8 light from the charity shop because you cannot see anything in here, even with the door open. It is so dark you literally can't do anything. I did wire that one in, but you won't get any light out of it, so that's that for now. And ideally I would like to run all the plugs around, because it's coming from a house dangling out of one of the windows. Don't know if you can see it from here. It's dangling out the window, which is not ideal. But I'll have to run 3-phase out here and all sorts of stuff. So again, diggers. This is just literally to get us in the house. I want to get this pub finished. Well, I'd say finished. Get it finished to the standard that we can get it finished to at the moment. Until we have a couple of quid come in, that we can buy all the lime and cement and all that lot to repoint it. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Also, I haven't recorded this, me doing it, because to be honest, I wouldn't want to show people how to do something when I'm still working out myself. So if I do any more, then I will probably show you, as I say, the setup of that over there. That was easy to set up. You literally took it out of the box and turned it on. But if you want to do a review and show you how they're used, with some of the things that I worked out afterwards, I mean, the instruction manuals are a nightmare. Even building this was a nightmare. Levelling this out, so that was at 0 degrees, was a nightmare. There's no instructions on how to do it, so I had to work that all out myself. This stop guard wasn't a stop guard. It's just like, you know, and none of this is in the instructions. I think the best instructions was building this frame. So yeah, if you'd like to talk you through it, how it goes together, then I can do that. It's not really a review channel, I know, but some people might find it interesting, as I'm going to be using more and more tools. So yeah, rather than you going out and buying it yourself and it being a total waste of money, haven't used that yet. Will be, because I've got to want to reinforce these doors, because coming down here is like a dread of mine. You open this door and it just falls off in your hand, and it's not particularly secure, and there's quite a lot of equipment in here which is worth a fair few quid. So I've got to get that done. So yeah, once I've done a bit more, I might show you all the router doing the pretty stuff. I don't know yet. The problem is I don't have anybody to record me. Sam's sanding in the car. She's sanding all the windows, and I've hung a door in there as well. The door that was leant up against one of the walls, that's now swinging in there. With all the glass and stuff in it. It's coming ahead. I have done a few videos before, which I'll try and cut and splice. I don't think I've done one of the door yet, so I might go and rebuild that now. And then cut and splice it and try and put it all together. Right, catch you later. Bye. Right, following day. Hopefully me filler should have dried off. So I'm going to go down and give that a sand. Then I'll pick up this video when I've started work. Alright, I'll run some tests. And that's what it's going to leave me. I would prefer to go deeper, but then it's leaving me next to nothing. When I do the glass, actually I might run the test piece up a bit further, so it doesn't really matter as long as I've got a bit to play with for the glass. Alright, I should do that. Let's see if I can set this up so you can actually see what I'm doing. About here. Looking. Yeah. No. Okay, I'll do it and then I'll record it. Right, done it. You see it's got a little detail around it now. And the window. So I'm going to have to take this up to the house where it's a bit warmer, because my filler's not drying, still soaking wet. So, because obviously it's cold out here, there's no heating in here. So that's what I shall do. Let it dry off, give it a sand down, and I'll pick this up when I start fitting the panes of glass. Okay, bye bye. Right. Today I am going to build another window. I haven't finished that one yet. One of the sheds are open. We had all of a sudden out of the blue, like really bad rain yesterday and wind. And as you can imagine, the amount of trees and stuff we've got, there's just lumps of wood everywhere. But good for burning when we've got a fireplace, that is. I'll shut this quick. Yeah, so I think it used to be an old coal, not chute, but I don't really know if I'm being honest. But I'll show you in a second. Excuse me. There we go. That probably won't stay shut, but there we go. Alright, let me show you. So I think this place must have been heated, obviously by fires, and fires appear to be the type that you would probably put coal in, not wood. So I can only assume that's what it is, but I don't think it's big enough to store an awful lot of coal. So, but I can only think that's what it's for, or what it was for. I don't think it was for anything else. But my darling wife, in her wisdom, has decided that I should make a window for it. So that is my job for today, if you know. So here it goes down there, and as you can see, there's a plate there. So we'll go inside, and you can see the other side of the plate. There'll possibly have to be 2 windows. I don't know. This is becoming a pain to open again. So, as you can see, we've got that hatch, that, which is on hinges, really understand, because I can't see, when you look round the side, I can't see the grill that's on the outside. Very odd. So it looks like it goes up to here, which I wouldn't put it past the previous owner. Here's the black thing, and then it's this metal here. Oh, it's going to be a very odd window, to say the least. It's outside there, isn't it? If I build a window for there, I think he's welded all of that up there as well. This bloke, I tell you, that owned this, he's just, I don't know, he's got some really happy welders. Just go around welding everything up so you can't open anything. I can measure the opening. I'm assuming that those metal pieces have to stay. Or did they do that afterwards? I'm going to build it for the whole thing. And then I'm going to have to get an angle grinder and grind. Is there anything that I can... Oh, that's the bottom of the metal, isn't it? Definitely welded it shut. So I'll have to grind. I think it's only the back bit, so that's not too bad. Grind that and grind that. Do I or don't I leave that metal in there? I suppose. In the grand scheme of things, the answer to that would be yes. And it'd be a lot easier, isn't it? This is turning into a whole whole can of worms. This is. I'm gonna have to get that open. Probably get this open, and then it'd be quite a big window. And a very odd shaped window. It goes, it does go quite deep. How do you get the cold out? Right, I'm going to have to try and open all this up so I can we can measure this one. That's no problem. I suppose it can sit on there and across to there. And sit on the metal. As you can see, the metal's slightly set back there. I'm going to get my tape measure. Yeah. Go and get a tape measure and measure that and make the frame to fit in there. Right. I'm going to switch this off for a second and go and get my tape measure, and then I'll pick it up again shortly. Very strange. There we go. Right. Right, got my tape measure, pencil, bit card. Go and write down the measurements. If I can get one frame done, I was thinking about putting perspex in it because it's almost level with the ground. Even this one, once I've moved the pipe, one I've just built, because it's quite close to the ground, I don't know whether perspex would be better, because if a stone flicks off the lawnmower, is that going to be more deflective than a very thin piece of glass? But I guess time will tell. This is probably not so much because it's a bit higher. I don't know. Right, well, I'm going to measure this because I've only got one hand, and then I'll meet you back in the workshop. Right, I measured it. 105 by 46, or in millimetres, 1050 by 460. My tape measure for some reason. I don't know if it's a French thing or not, but it's only in centimetres, not in inches, not in millimetres, not in metres. I don't know. Maybe it's a French thing. Who knows? So anyway, that's my measurements. So now I've got to find a bit of wood that is long enough. Let's switch some lights on. Someone's definitely been in here. My archaic light setup, but it works. There we go. Right. Need to paint this. Finish sanding that. Let's have a look. There we mate. Need two pieces of 105. Well, I'll get it. The other one was, I think it's 4 mil thick. I'm trying to keep it the same as close as I can. 4.5. 4.5, 9, 8, 18. No, well, I'll get 2 out of that and 2 small ones. Yeah, put that right there. No. Get that out of there. This bit's going to be chopped off. Maybe get the two thinner pieces out here, I guess. Alright. Let's crack on, I guess. I'm going to get myself set up and then I'll start recording. Right, because the wood that I selected has so much of a bow, and as the planer's sending it through, it's straightening the wood out as it goes through. I'm going to glue these two blocks on, run it through again, and then it won't allow the centre to be pushed down. So I'm then hoping that it will then plane this area here, as you can see. I'm hoping it will then make it straight, so I'll just keep running it through there at the same height until it stops doing anything, and at the same height until it's planing from this edge to this edge cleanly, and then once I've got a flat bottom I can then plane the top. It's not going to be as thick as I would like, but you got to work with what you got. Alright, I'm going to crack on. Alright, I changed tactics. This was the bit that I was originally using, but I cannot get the warp out of it. I tried to stick bits and pieces to it, but by the time I planed it down, it's going to be too thin anyway. This one's a lot straighter, so this is one we're going to use. There are other ones, but I don't want to really use the massive long ones because they're for I'm making some shelves for some barrels, so that's what this initially was booked for. It wasn't booked for windows. It was a project there. Another project that Sam had set me. So yeah, I'm going to chop this up. I'm going to try and get the blade out of that. I do have blades up there. The problem is there's no way of locking it. I think you're supposed to have another spanner, which I don't have. So I'll try and get the blade out and get that working, because then I don't have to go and buy another saw. It's literally just a blade, but I cannot get, well, it's the same as my hand grinder, I can't get the blade off my angle grinder either, which I'm going to have to bring over here later on and try and struggle with that. But, yeah, I've got to get in there and try and get that out. So, wish me luck. So I shall mark it all up, cut it all up. There's not much point in me filming me cutting stuff, it's probably quite boring. So I will continue with that. Right, bye-bye. Right, I've had to stop doing what I'm doing. That's all planed, ready to go, chopped to size. Managed to get the blade out. Just had a quick look online. Like everything in France, nothing's very descriptive, whether they have things in stock or they don't have things in stock, blah blah blah, how much they are. Amazon have got a few, so worst comes to worst, I'll order it on Amazon, but that means having to wait a few days for the stuff to turn up. Tried to get the blade off the angle grinder, that's not happening. Don't know why that's welded. I've put some WD-40 on it. Give that another go later on probably. So what I'm going to do next is put some paint on it, and then once that's dried I can put some glass in it. I've got to go and buy some bits to relocate the pipe that's going through the wall, through the window. So I've got a drill hole and blah 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 before I can even fit this. So what's today? Friday today. So fingers crossed. Should have this done by today. Get the pipe changed tomorrow, but you've got to go and get the bits today because the shop's closed tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with that, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. sure you don't need to learn how to paint a window. Right, bye-bye. Right, it's had its first coat. And the door as well. Let that dry, give it another coat, and see how it comes out. Right, I'm off to the shed to see if I can locate the glass. Which I do. Oh, I should be there. Now, I believe this came out of some picture frames, which might be the cheapest way of buying glass. Because I think you buy a picture, a rubbishy picture, if you like, from no one's busted anyway. I don't know if that's going to be any good. I don't know if I'm going to get what I want out of that one. I'll take that one. I'll not break it. Yeah, as I said, I think the cheapest way is to buy an old picture, because the glass in the house is very, very thin. Very thin, as you can see. The glass in the house is similar. So, for us to get the glass, what I'm trying to do at the moment, just go and buy a big picture for £5. Providing you've got providing you can cut it yourself. I did have a look to see if there's any local glass cutting places, but there isn't. Most local one to us is Gure, or probably Limoges, but I don't fancy a trip to either of them, if I'm being honest. So I'll clean my branch down and see if we can cut some glass. Clear it over there. That's that second coat. Turn that over. That's the first coat on that side. There's the old window. Okay, you see why I need it replacing. So right, I'm going to clear that up over there, and see if I can locate my glass cutting tools. Wish me luck. Right, well, my glass cutter doesn't work, so I've got to go and buy one. I was going to use my tile cutter, but it won't fit, so I've got to go and buy a hand tile cutter thing. So now the second coat. That said 2 coats. I'm not sure I like the colour. I don't like the colour, and I preferred that when it was white oak. But we do as we're told, so I'll give it a few more coats. But as I say, I've got to go to the shop, go and pick up a blade, and go and pick up a glass cutter. So it's 2 o'clock now, the shops are just opened, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'll pick this up when I get back. Okay, bye bye. Right, just got back from the shops. It's about 3:30, I think it is. Found the blade that I wanted, or near enough the blade. That took 10 minutes, let's say 10 minutes. And then I spent the rest of the time trying to find this glass cutter, which is in a stupid little case like this. Stuck right at the back, couldn't find it. Couldn't find anybody to serve me, so anyway, I found it, so I'm going to crack on and hopefully cut some glass. Okay. Right, I fitted a new blade, chopped these pieces, ripped them down. Got to send them through the planer to get them the right thickness. Glass is done, that's just drying over there. This is the excess glass. that was my trial and error. Yeah, the glass cutter isn't the easiest tool to use, I don't think. It's not the sharpest tool in the box, as I say. So I'm going to measure this up, chop the edges. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Yeah, I'll pick up in a minute. Alright, so this is what I did last time. So basically I'll take out the same amount of material from this one as I do this one. Just obviously mark it up. Mark up here, 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 here. And then also measure halfway through the wood, which should be the same as this. Yeah, it's almost spot on. So what I can do, I get, hold on, stay there. I get this, and I put that there. Stop, and I lock that down. Okay. Right, that's the fence. So basically what that does, it gives me something to rest my timber against. Okay, let's say I've got to go to there. Then, because the timber's further out, it means it will cut flat through the timber. If I cut it there, it'll basically leave a lip at the end, if that makes sense. Here I can just go backwards and forwards, lock it in there with the stopper. So obviously we'll only go so far, and just go backwards and forwards. I mean, I'm alright here because I've got this here. So all I need to do is drop the saw down to there, adjust that there. I'll do it whilst. So middle, centre of the there. Bring that down till it stops there. Put the safety on there. Make sure it's touching, which it is. Okay, so then all I need to do is mark. Oh, the pen's falling off me here. All I need to do is mark these off. Cut it down to the marks, and then that'll give me my effective miters, if you like. Not miters? No, not miters. Could do a miter, but no. That'll give me my fixed fitting, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Where I'd be joining these two bits together with wood glue, and I've got a electric staple gun up there, which I fire just one pin through each corner just to make it strong. And then once I've done that, I will then go over to the miter saw and put my rebates in, which you can see there. That's the rebates for the glass to go in. This one's slightly different because I need to fit the frame before I fit the glass, because, well, I haven't got the glass. I haven't got glass this big anyway, so I'll have to go and get some. Because I need to fix the frame into the wall. So this one I'm going to do quite a narrow, very shallow, I think, for the glass, because otherwise I'm not going to have a lot of meat to fit it in. So we will see how we go with that. Right, I'm going to crack on. Okay, I'll pick this up once I've done a bit more. Well, I might show you. No, I'm not, because it's a bit dangerous me trying to do that and video at the same time. So I'll pick. So as you can see, it's now effectively a window. I might leave this one a bit more chunkier than the other one. because there's more reinforcement on that one over there, so I might leave this as it is, glue it up, and then just leave it overnight to dry, and then tomorrow rebate it, stain this one, and we'll have to go and get some glass because I don't have any glass for this one, so, and then we can get on to puttying those in tomorrow, hopefully. Right, gonna crack on and do that, and I'll pick up in a bit. Okay. Alright. I've glazed it. The windows are a bit dirty where I've been puttying it. So it's all glazed, ready to go. I'm going to give these a few more coats so they go a bit darker so it hides them a bit more. But yeah, this window pretty much good to go. All I've got to do now is divert the water, which I started on yesterday. I'll show you that quick. But I think we're going to have to go and buy another bit of pipe because I was trying to recycle a bit of copper pipe that I had, but it's probably about 3 inches short on the other end. I'm not going to go in the carve because it's too much of a pain in the bum. Oh dear. We're all on spring. So I've come out of the wall. That's almost as far as it'll go in, and it's short by about that much inside. I didn't bend this, this was already bent, as I say, I was recycling. So then I can take that pipe from inside, connect it on there, and then that'll feed the caravans. Now I've got to chop all this lot out and refit this window, sand all this frame down, take all this chicken wire and everything else out, and then we can have a normal window again. You should be able to open and close, in theory. Need to locate a latch or something for it. But yeah, that's that. I've done the other window. I can't do anything with that until I find some glass that's big enough to go in there. Although I made a few errors on the second window, which I've kind of rectified, but it's not bad for my first attempts. So I'm quite pleased with it. I'm no carpenter. This is the other one. So it's rebated. I did do the detail that I did on the other one on the front as well, but because I made a boo-boo, I can't do that. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. So I've just rounded over the edges so it's nice and neat. That is where I had a bit of a mishap with the router. It put a gouge in it, so that's setting up, and I'll sand that down. You will see it, but I don't actually know whether the pipe goes from the outside or the inside. Don't know, I'll check the other windows. So yeah, that's pretty much all you're going to see of this window, other than when it's in. So yeah, I thought I'd give you an update. I won't touch it, it's wet. So yeah, that'll probably be the last time you'll see it until it's swinging in its hold, as they say. Okay, take care. Hope you enjoyed this learning with Tony. Alright guys, see you later. Bye bye.